second one. Usually I use only one, and then I stream, and then I stop. But yesterday I had a visitor, and I wouldn't say I promised, but let's say I just my plan is when a second person joins me, other than a good buddy of mine who just watches my streams to make fun of me in some funny matter, not bullying stuff or something, you know. Don't call the social justice warriors. It's just yeah. Okay, this is what the guy yesterday wrote, and since now I'll be responding to chats. This is a new feature of mine after streaming for 3 or 4 years. Okay, Lazy Matt Prof. A banana says howdy. Okay, howdy back there, and yeah, just getting into the game. Basically, I'm getting into the game. I'm at the very beginning. English's Remark is one of my buddies that I visited the same day. I didn't per se ignore my viewers. I didn't even know somewhat they existed, because why would you keep the chat window open when nobody responds, you know? And that's why, yeah, that's why we're here, and that's why I'm explaining stuff. And this is basically my commentary. I rarely talk about something because I don't feel like adding my piece of information to the game, because as far as I see it, you should basically see the face who plays the game, and that's enough. Here or there, some commentary is not bad, but on the other hand, it's like when you watch other Twitch guys that are like always screaming, yeah, this fucking game rocks, and all that stuff. They always have to comment everything, and I honestly find it somewhat annoying. There's some entertaining value to it for certain people who can do it, but I'm definitely not one of those people. And so I just want to play the stuff, and here and there I talk some shit or not, and that is basically my whole deal. So yeah, I mentioned this. Now I'm maximizing my stream chat window in OBS, and if somebody writes something, I'll definitely see this. This is for sure. Yes, yes, yes. And oh shit, man. This this is nice. Can like oh no, it's not nice at all. Can somewhat modify the size of my chat window. Question is though, do I need that? I would say I definitely okay need that. And also what another buddy of mine suggested was like when I stop streaming, somebody else should like continue streaming, and this is like a big great plus for me to make more viewers from a successful commercial site. But I'm actually not that kind of guy who's into like you know, big commercial shit, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And it's like common courtesy that you like what is it, link basically your account and your gaming experience with other people. Yeah, okay, let's clear this trash bin so I feel happy, and then we'll get right back into it. Yesterday when I stopped the last quarter hour, I felt this real, you know, kind of addiction feeling that you get when a game is really good and you just want to play another hour. That is what I experienced yesterday, and because it's a game, I need definitely my gamer juice. So, yeah, let's jump right into that matter. Yeah. And I even thought about like using headphones and other, but not right now. Seriously, not right now, man. Here's another thing. My sandwich is getting cold and I haven't eaten so much today. So I'll continue watching my film, eating my sandwich, and then I continue the game per se. Yeah, I just enter this, and only when I start the game I can drink my holy gamer juice. Other than that, yeah. So I just minimize the volume. I watch the chat room, and yeah. My what was it? My hot water bag, turned the mouse to the upside. So I'm gonna eat a little something, and then I'll continue the session. Yo. While I'm watching The Witch from 2015. Yeah. Okay. Here we go again. One and two, and one, two, and three. Fuck, man. This jacket, I fucking hate it. Oh, nice. Good old Fallout. Okay. Oh. Okay. As with many new games, I'm totally hooked to the side quests until I don't know. Boy. Oh, fucking hate it. I got this perfect notch up in my teeth where, you know, food gets just stuck. Now my nose is itching. And, like, seriously, man. This is not cool. Yeah. So we got that shit aside. Fuck, man, I hate my nose. I fucking hate my nose, man. Can I now please focus on this fucking game?
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation system failed. Damage to navigation systems detected. Navigation systems have determined this location as attempting to misdirect or confuse a Spacer's Choice mechanical is a punishable offense. Please report yourself to your
Like, seriously, man? This is not cool. There's a minus. That's what it is. Forced to crawl there. Take out everything and then forced to crawl back. Just because some writer or designer or developer said should be like that. What a cool move.
Searching for repair bay. Error.
Okay. So technically, sorry little buddy, but you didn't listen. And I feel bad for the telephone. Fuck man, my balls are itching, yo. What is up today? Let's see if the lava can hurt me. Can I even? Okay. Holy shit. Came with like 30 and what was it?
Searching.
Engineering.
monkey. Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your lot. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I can... Shirt, pants, work boots, company-approved colors.
Only regulator we've got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to... Oh, yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly that. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but... No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, the people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for liberty. That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to... We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then... Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant. A sign of good faith, for so politely listening to me as I am.
Are you setting off for the Vale? Because I know my way around. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is...
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so...
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Got my sights on you. Some hotheads you'll say to her, don't make me her. You're some sort of got my sights on you.
My offer remains standing. Go ahead. It is my job to keep 2 eyes on. I'm trying to remember 25 years, 26. When did you know? I remember looking out this window and seeing the Vale spread out from horizon to horizon. Times change, people change, but the Vale will always be here. Go ahead. That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide and her I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope Adelaide and her folk will see their way past me. Scripture tells us we all have our purpose in the world. Our work shows us that. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is what? Losing Adelaide was the hardest. She was our only flavor specialist. When she walked away, Spacer's Choice Saltuna is renowned across the system for its quality flavors and additives. We used to sell citrus-flavored salty. Ever since Adelaide left, we have been reduced to some... My offer... Thank you. I can't tell you how much this means to me. Head into the plant, find the main door, and remember that you are representing your town and your company, Miss Holcomb. Acquit yourself with grace. If you could...
Don't make me report you to Mr. Thompson.
This has, whoa. Final Fantasy vibe to it, yeah. That's it. Oh, good buddy of mine is, hello, Vicious Remark. Nice to see you join in.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters. On account of... To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong. That's what my dad used. Yeah.
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
On my way.
Been, no.
I've always felt weird in here.
Our place in
It's
the
too
universe.
clean.
I don't have time for this. Yes, what is it? Oh, you're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto, and Miss Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete...
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's toss ball. I've never seen you before, and there's been no paperwork indicating a transfer. Half the time it's wrong, but you also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild eye, but pretty universal here. Except for Miss Holcomb, who for some reason doesn't seem to have much to say to me.
It's just... there's more to it all than numbers.
Oh, nothing could be further from the truth.
Dismiss it.
I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town. Yes, but there are few who... I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard work... Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to distress. This place...
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Miss Holcomb? Every time I try to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single word. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Oh. They rejected the order of society and lived beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our faith. Does that strike you as a astute? But I am here, not in the deserter camp. So that's not a variable. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, my retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare that... It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name Mbakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Thank you. If you would... Any progress on that? Please get... A religious text deemed heretical by the OSI is an unsafe object at large. Though I understand, because I'm also a collector of books. Rare things in this colony, appreciation of the... They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No. How about, work fortifies this... The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. The Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as scientism to the layperson.
Scientology.
You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. Once we are able to deduce the properties, the future, the past, each person's place within the plan, all will be laid out before us. Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential. And, well, first there's the matter of the secret blood rites and animal sacrifices. Seriously, though, to truly understand the metaphysics involved takes years of study and... Okay? Selling? No. It is free for all who seek it. Have you? These people need... My apologies. The townsfolk are having it. Can you... Please...
Yes. Yes. Oh boy. As you gained the secret power of using your second monitor. Yes, indeed, that is true. Nice, very first. Okay, Monster Energy, yeah. Oh, you hate your keyboard. Because I think every keyboard should die. No, keyboard deserves to live. Under my dictatorship, every keyboard will be burned to ashes. Yeah. I'm just typing normal. It's a very loud PS2 keyboard, so back the fuck up, yo. Yeah. Yeah. Very strange to interact with your best buddy via Twitch in English. Hey. Oh, I forgot to select the side quest. Because I want that sweet experience.
Ah, here. But I could fix him up smart.
That's what I...
Searching for
I could probably fix that. Yep, that's the problem. His Navmar got dislodged. Must have taken a tumble. Just gotta give it a good push and there we go. Jeremy as good as new. Well, new by Spacer's Choice standards anyhow. His name's Jeremy.
navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward repair bay detected.
I don't reckon Jeremy...
Spacer's Choice reminds all colonists that serving the Spacer's Choice family
Be more careful out there, Jeremy.
self-diagnostics initiated. Please do not disturb.
Something... You mean about the mission? I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in.
It's nice to
Something
hear
on a museum shelf, under glass.
that my keyboard hitting annoys you. Good night, sweet prince, even though it's not even 7 o'clock. But you make your boo-boo sleepy. Hello. AR Steve 40X23XI. Also nice to meet you. Nice to hear that you found my Twitch channel. Yeah, I know. See, so I never fun around and blah blah blah.
Vickers about the only soul in the Vale who spends his time. It's just that when he looks at me, I feel I'd disappoint him.
Oh, right. Thanks. Yeah, so far I like Outer Worlds, and it reminds me a little bit of Fallout, to be honest. And Fallout was not bad, and I don't even know what custom overlay is, to be honest, but sounds good so far. Okay. Yeah, it has a nice built-in joke so far, but there's also like a deep, what is it, plateau level of dark, eerie story so far. But I would say I only know the basics so far, so yeah. Okay, I'll check out your profile as soon as I start playing this. This might sound like a bad promise, but seriously, I do. I make even screenshots if I forget something.
When
I'll
I
write
was
it down.
little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
Bring us honor. You'll beat that scout to scrap with its own legs. Pulled its optic. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilet. Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter. On the double, soldier. Don't want the
Okay, so I should like find a weapon for Ludwig Miller in his toilet. He's tucked away secret and Edgewood to use it. Worship in the bathroom at Waters Cantina. Okay. Also I got some skill points that I should spend. Let's see. I prefer. If I like. Finish up dialogue stuff first. Yeah. Yep. And then I get another perk point. Ammo. Base health. Tactical domination. Let's use this one. Yeah, and apply. Okay. So level 4. I'm gonna get that crazy old dude his weapon. Then let's see how shit will hit the fan, y'all. Oh. Continue. Which bundle? Huh. Is this like a wordplay for like dropping a lock? Something like that?
You're not a big drinker, are you?
We have to go. 11. hold down for this. Music also reminds me a little bit of Trigun anime. Not enemy, anime. Trigun has like also this old school blues guitar stuff, which I enjoy. Let's steal some shit. I just read yesterday some funny Skyrim green text. How the main Fusroda guy, the player, basically steals shit and sleeps for 12 hours. And like the townsfolk say, what's up with this crazy dude, yo? Why are you acting this fucking strange? Very entertaining to read. So, I have to enter the toilet, but in order to get there I need to hack. And in order to hack I need, I don't know, a skill level. Oh. Nice. I should sell some stuff.
Plague got you feeling woozy? Get yourself boozy. Go ahead. I don't see how that's a thing. You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've even wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? They did. They gave me a life. What happened, you ask? Well, I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited to the work. So I did the right thing and worked the life I was always meant. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you going to pay your tab? And would you like another round of cold, refreshing Zero G? Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Don't need you putting it back. Lab work ain't for me. Never was. What's wrong with that? It's good, honest work. Pots and pans don't scrub themselves. Unless you're in Byzantium. I hear everything's automated there. Not so fast. I told you so.
Whoa. So, was this more like advertisement? I don't know.
That right? Oh, I know that serial drama. They were playing it just the other night. What was it called? You're right. I don't believe you. I'd advise you to keep that story unsaid. Don't want people thinking you're a... Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink min. Most folk forget where they're standing after a few drinks. Seems to me you've got a head start. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders want. My world is these 4 walls, that door, and a row of mud. Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know. People will talk. Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. There you go with that thinking again. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's danger? I've said enough. People come here, they wanted to face their problems. Suppose I did. What's there to figure out? Stands to reason you work for a company. You ain't Spacer's
Okay.
choice. Could be you're with Auntie Cleo. Don't see what a Cleo worker's doing in Spacer country. Trying to eyeball the Well, good luck trying to figure yourself out. Sounds like you'll need it. Come on, right up.
Okay. Let's see. Oh. So far, I don't need nothing to buy. Just selling stuff. It's always nice to see when you get your work cut in a bar. Okay. I need to return to Ludwig. That's the main objective here. Yes. Go to that old crazy weapons fanatic. Let's see what he will give me next for the job.
Bring us honor, soldier. Feast your eyes, soldier. This here is a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple of Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board given. I've been after a passcode for years. Boss said no on account of my gross incompetence with all matters related to secure. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly the brain. There's the rub. If a mechanical breaks down, the logic module fries. So you can't rip one out of its corpse. You're gonna have to find it.
I don't reckon so. I work with gears and pistons and such. Stuff you can put hands to. Computer.
You know, she names the mechanical she fixes. Calls them Bess and Clancy and so on. Keep it careful. Don't tell anyone, all right? I've got a contact. A real expert. Well, excuse me. What I meant was, I'm going to. If you die horribly, I will pour out a.
This guy is nuts, y'all. This guy is nuts, y'all. Okay, this gets on my nerves. Oh, let's put it like that. Yeah. Oh. Good old gamer juice. Sadly, there are no more robots.
I've always wanted to poke around in here.
System. Security patrol initiated.
Why are you running?
Where are we headed? In the bar. Sorry.
Imbibing. What the fuck are these words, man? Like, seriously, imbibing.
Strong drink makes me sick. And it makes me real sad. I start thinking about things I oughtn't, and then. Well, never mind that. You got better things to think of. I'm sorry. Where are we?
Oh yeah. So there is some stuff to collect here. Is this also explosive? Oh yes. Yo, what the fuck? Oh man. This used to be an amusement park or it's always the problem with me. Where should I start looking? An egg. Could I also Not there. Not up. And it has the right amount of falling damage. Nice.
Process security.
Coming!
Nice. Just have to. Oh. Getting experience for finding a vending machine, I think that's a little too much. Why didn't this explode? didn't deliver the message yet.
Mr. Thompson said to talk with Miss McDevitt before doing anything here?
System of beginning security.
Fucking next film. Man, some of these jumps feel a little bit too weak. Fuck man, I just can't get out of that. One of those lights. Balls are itching again.
That was quick.
Many more to go. This fucking jumping. Oh. Got to be fucking shitting me, man. Okay, 2 sine waves. I could immediately repower all this stuff, like, without talking. This is kind of nice. But now I'm somewhat forced to talk to these guys. Otherwise I would feel a little bit bad. You know? Motherfucker. It's closed. This one's unbootable. This one's sealed. So I must use.
Watch out! That's the last of them.
So they're already dead and we're too late, or what is the story right now? I can't comprehend, to be honest. Okay, so we get this. We'll put this in here. Yep.
System.
Here they come!
Motherfucker.
That's the last of them. Beyond Spaces Guide, Mechanical Engineering, I think it's right now. Let's see.
Self-diagnostics complete. It's not the best choice. Hostile actions towards Spacer's choice in compliance with Spacer's affirmative mechanism.
Kidding me, right? Fucking kidding me. Oh fuck, man.
Self-diagnostic. No. Hostile. Affirmative.
Watch out!
We don't folks made it. Holy shit.
Mechanicide protocols currently active.
Wait, Phantom! Not real. You're not real.
Fuck man, where should I go?
No, just leave me alone.
I hope I can't get down there.
You're not real. You're not real.
Yo, what the fuck, man?
Mine's Dean. You're liable to get scalded.
This
We're pretty good at this.
grave site.
Fuck man, you can't even go up there. This brings up a new couple of questions. Where will this shit lead you?
Investigate.
This will lead us to yes, okay. So to some extent I'm forced to go this way, kinda. I've done it before? Yes, I've been here before.
Just leave me alone. You're not real. You're not real. Go away, Phantom.
Now this guy is 6 hours standing straight and talking and screaming, you know.
Go away, Phantom. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Jack. Don't you talk down to me, Phantom. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting. Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a... Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer. I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling them. Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So? Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plan, you know, you remind me of myself back when I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so that... Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior... The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous... Jimmy'd opened the vending... Braised. Boiled. Charred. Skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain. Mechanicals lost their bolts. You mean, why did the mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us. I was on cleaning duty. Oh, before. Definitely before. Sisty Pig Tycoonery was the apex. What's he...
Oh boy. Okay, let's see. I like how I didn't like tell him anything that redirect the power. Because if there are no people to talk to, why should I bother?
Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, listen. Sorry, I know you're in a hurry. I just feel like we should go talk to Adelaide. If we're gonna kill her power... Oh, well...
Where do we need to go?
Bring us honors. Bang up, work soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. So this is it. I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I get...
Nice chunk of XP. That's very ridiculous. Oh boy. I do love me some water. Oh boy. I hope I won't find some marauders here and there. That would be such a traumatic experience. I couldn't cope with something like that. Let alone my faint heart. So how the fuck can I get here?
Okay, keep it quiet.
faster than I expected. Explosions are a little bit bigger, and there's somewhat the ability to run almost forever. So all in all, it's not that bad of a game.
Something.
Ah. before? If so, when? But I guess it doesn't matter now. Anyhow, since everything has been plundered and dropped. Fast travels, oh shit, fast travel back.
You tried to...
Oh boy, oh boy. Where did I run?
Incoming! That's the last of them.
Oh fuck.
Oh, clever.
Don't miss.
Holy shit.
Nice hit.
But yo.
That's the last of them.
Okay. Sleeping on the round, traveling, selling.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
I'm feeling pretty low these days.
Stop moving. Yeah.
Plague got you feeling woozy?
Any progress? Wonderful. This is fantastic. What the fuck is this? Is this... It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Well, yes. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. Oh. Yes, you're right. Such are the workings of the equation. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find... You have a ship. Free spiritual counseling.
I'm 28.
Exactly. I'm pretty handy with a toss-ball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand, if it comes to that. Oh, I'm fairly Well, understanding computers is, though I admit I took it further than most. And I was quite the 32nd back during my seminary days. Of course, I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling. More dedicated, but instead, I ended up the vicar. It's the journal of one of the originators of the Philosopher's School of Thought, though it would be more than a century before it was... Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost every... But most of that came later. Baconu had some interesting theories about... Most lay people are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insight. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. And that's the long and short of it. Have you reconsidered?
Yeah, huh?
The fuck, I don't get it. There's like nobody there, you know. Oh boy, and this directs me here again. That's not right.
I think you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to the wall.
Fucking get this, man. I'm supposed to talk to her. Like, where? Is this a bug or what is this? Where the fuck is Adelaide? What? No. I googled that shit like a pleb. Botanical Labs north from Edgewater. Botanical Labs north from Edgewater. Yikes. Oh shit, oh shit. Of course. Of course. Wait. Something isn't right. Curse you, steep hill. But I've been here. So that means yeah. Let's see. My PC got a little bit louder.
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
This looks a lot like Fallout 4.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways. Oh, well that's a shame. I mean, I could pay you an Adrena time, but I've already bartered most of my stash. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I... No. I insinuated myself into their... I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena... I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They loved me. I'm practically... I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague. And I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. I've got... Well, I would...
I wanna find this fucking biotopical shit thingy. So what happened here? this way.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. You want to try standing outside in the heat, keeping your... No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Thank the Eternal. Wait. Zoe's family. Chiding her as our person. If you could bring her home, I'd be obliged. And if you could cross off some marauders on... Over in the hothouse. I'll tell you. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind... She was lazy and thoughtless.
Whoa.
What is...
Oh. I really have to run up there and get it this way back. This is fucking annoying. And what if she doesn't want to come back? Then I ran away, right this way from nothing.
Incoming! This one! Who did it?
Yikes. That wasn't too good.
I wouldn't. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? And no serial dramas. I've been thinking about going back. I just gotta know if Lord Cavendish really... I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me.
What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to... Zoe joined up with the band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trick. You pretty much did my job for me. Let me know if I...
So far I've got no side quests, which is...
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gate. I'm being called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You guys...
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it and... Reed Thompson. Let's hear it. Make amends. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is can. I and my... He would do such a thing. Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's gut. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to... You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off... You know that's true, don't you, Miss Holcomb? Your father died of awful...
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to... It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. Look up. All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some hardness. So, what do you say? I trust you. Anything else? That's not strange at all, dear. Few of us truly know where we are. But we must remember that being lost... This is the old botanical lab in Emerald Vale. Are you not feeling well? I get the sense that when you say hibernation, you... Where did you... I could do without the mockery. If you don't... Is that a new settlement? Oh, you're now I'm convinced you're delirious. You really ought to linger. You ought to try some of my purgative tea. Won't you? Maybe I do. I don't know yet. Growing up. Listen, don't you worry about what I think. That's not important. Worry about what... You carry on about coming here from another world, and people will talk. No. But I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once. My dear, we are all visitors in a momentary moment. Me and mine are just carrying on as or the colony felt the way you did. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, if you think Reed does anything any good, that's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Not under Reed's watch. He and I would come to blows within a day, and he would never tell them, this is my home. It will be my home even if Reed cuts up.
Oh no. Fuck it.
Can't stop thinking you're doing it, Captain. I'm glad the deserters aren't gonna be alright, pal, but...
I think he won't be too happy about that. Yo, what the fuck, man? I'm being watched. I think I'm going to be attacked. Sorry, bossy.
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters, plague, marauders, desertion. Then you won. I never knew how right I was. Just anything. That power regulator is whatever you were hoping to find down here. I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards. All right, easy now. I'll order my guards to stand down. Stand down, all of you. Where?
today. Oh boy, I was too stupid and no. That was a little bit. Yeah. This feels about right. Okay, see you next time around, folks, when I leave this kind of planet, yo. Okay. Yeah, that's basically it. Bye, folks.